Hello, my name is Gary Britland and this evening I'm at Clough Church, Kerr, Lancashire, and I'm right on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and it stretches that way to Clayton and that way to Tussle. It's quite a historic site, is this area. It was once quite a large gorge because the River HYNDBURN runs 200 foot below, and the gorge was filled in on the arrival of the building of the canal. The canal was built about 1800s, so they made a massive tunnel. The River HYNDBURN runs right into a field and down over the bridge where you can see now, and this site was a real industrial site and played a big part in Lancashire's industry. At first, in the 1600s, there was like some small corn mills here where they ground a lot of the corn, and then it was filled in, like I said. And then the canal came along and they transported coal, because just down here on the left there's a coal pit, and that was owned by Joseph Boynes. And then into the field there was a big sewerage works, and at first the Peels came here in 1700s, in 1772, and they had a madder grinding works further in the field on the left hand side, and it was there was a wall perimeter all the way around the wall. So there must have been some sort of rioting for them to build a wall all the way around the works. And then further on was the madder wood, and that's where they collected the madder plant for bleaching and dyeing, calico printing, because the root of the madder plant made a vibrant red colour when it was mixed with sulphuric acid. The sewerage works that was built here, they used the sewerage in the printing and dyeing industry, and the coal mine, they fetched the coal up from the coal seam, the coal face, and used it in the steam power printing. Because there was that many mills along here, they needed steam power to power the looms. One large mill just down here on the left was Church Bank Mill, Duckworth Mill. It was built in 1881, and it had a 350 horsepower engine. And just further on is the old Church of St James. This site looks a bit empty now, and it's all mainly just ruins. The coal mine is capped further down on the left, but the waterworks, United Utilities, are actually conserving the river and the water quality, because at the height of industry the river would have been a different colour, very badly polluted, and now they've actually cleaned it up and made a flood tank to stop the sewerage going through downriver. And today there's kingfishers on the River HYNDBURN flying up and down, so that just shows the water quality. So this site was quite an industrial site. Just further on was Peel Arm, well, still exists Peel Arm, because the Peels had a factory here just off the side, and they had a stretch of the canal going down the right where they loaded the products onto the barges and then onto the canal. But it's all gone now. There's Emerson Renwick Company. They make tufting machines, engraving machines and rollers. They carry on engineering products here. But one of the main people of this site, which came from Church Bank Printworks, Steiners took over the printworks, which was just over here on this side. Steiner's Printworks was a massive printworks, and they flourished from early 1800s to the late 1900s, and it became in decline when Steiner died in 1869. And a manager took over called James Kerr. He lived at Dunkenhalgh, just further down here, about 2 miles away, Dunkenhalgh Hotel. James Kerr is actually buried at the Dillhall Cemetery. It's there's quite a large gravestone bust of James Kerr, but he took over the Steiner's Printworks, and there was only the 2 daughters running Steiner's Printworks then, and he came along and he actually made a great amount of money and turned around the printing and dyeing industry at the time. For some reason they actually sued him for £600,000, the Steiners, and James Kerr had to come away from the industry, but the Steiners actually commented saying they'd actually lost a great manager, and the amount of money they weren't bothered about, but it was actually losing James Kerr because he was a great person in the calico and printing. So this area had a great influence in the Lancashire industry, and so we'll carry on with some more videos later. Thank you, bye bye.